Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So now this is just right after I shot the first video. I have decided to shoot the other video I told you about in the previous video about my husband's passport experience separately. So it happened that we just decided to get our passport as a family in case we decide to use it or for any reason. He already has a passport that expired. I think it expired January or thereabout. It expired a few months ago though. No, it expired in June, July, August. I think it expired in September or November. So a few months after the passport expired, we decided to renew, and then we wanted to call agents, and we called different agents. Some were giving us prices that are ridiculous. Some were saying 100 for him, some were saying 150, some were saying 80, and that it would take 2 weeks. So we sat down and we looked at it. We were trying to pull the whole money for the family together, 100 for the kids, 100 for my husband, myself, 150. That was like 450 500 thereabouts to finish the passport. Plus we would not be able to do it in Ibadan. We would have gone to Lagos or Abuja or Abeokuta to do it. So plus transportation plus everything was going to take us around 600,000 to get our passports done. So we were trying to put the money together, and it took us like few weeks and months to get the money together. So around December, around that Christmas period, we got the money together, and I was like, wait, it's not like we want to use this passport, use it. We know friends that have done their own online. Let's just give them a call, ask them about their experience. So we gave them a call, and they were like, if we can use agents, it's just better, but if not, we can do it. That they did their own online, but because they were not in a hurry, it took 3 months. So let's give it a shot. So we went online, searched, and then I discovered that it only takes 25,000 naira to get a 32 pages 5 years passport. We researched a little and discovered that it takes only 70,000 naira to get 64 10 years passport. So we said, okay, if we are going to give away of at least 100,000 for the children and then 150,000 for me, why? So we just went ahead and we applied for our children's own first, because we were practically skeptical. I applied for the children's own, we paid 25,000, and then went through. They gave us dates for capturing, blah blah blah. No, we started with my husband's own. So we started with his own. When we were going to pay, the method we used for payments didn't go through, but GTB, they removed the money from his account. It was true during the Christmas period, so we could not access the money, and it was scared. It was like, no, maybe we should just go through the agent. I said, no, let's try for one more child. At least the children's own is just 25,000. His own was 70,000. So we're like, no, we can't afford to lose any more money. What if we don't get the 70k? So we tried the children's own. We tried one child's own. It went through. They gave us the dates. They gave us everything. Then we tried the other one, and it went through again. And then we said, okay, let's try my own. And then it went through. So we were left with my husband's own. We could not retrieve the money. We didn't want to pay again because we were scared of, if we paid twice, what if we are not able to get the money back? So we waited until the next working day, mailed all this like cheaper kind of thing. I can't remember the exact one we used. We mailed them, and then they mailed us back that something, we should not be angry that they will refund the money. I think 3 days after they refunded the money, and then we applied for his own again. This is my husband's passport I was talking about. We applied for it. So instead of using that particular pay route, I think it was Paycom or something, we decided to use transfer, because that was what we used for the other trade. So we used transfer to pay, and then we were able to pay. Went through, there was no stress. We paid, and then we fixed the day. We went for capturing. This capturing was fast. We got there around 8 rather. We got there around 8. By 10 they had already started checking his documents. We went there with his documents, his old passports, NIN, local government identification. I think those were the major things he went with, and then the documents we printed from the form we filled online. So I think by around 12:01 they called him, because they keep calling people based on files. So they called him, and then they went in for capturing, and then like the capturing was so fast, in like 10-15 minutes it was out. And then they said you should come 1 month after, 3 weeks after, blah 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 blah. So I think 2 weeks after I went there to check for my case, because they did capture the same thing. So I went there to check, and then I said, when they came to, when I submitted the slip they gave us, because they will give you slip after capturing. So when I submitted the slip, they went in and checked. They said they came back and called my children's name, and then there was this particular guy that came back to call my husband's name. So I stood up. He said, "Madam, where's your husband?" I said, "He's not here. He's at work. I just came to collect it." He said, "No, you can't pick it for him. If he's not far, call him to come and pick it himself. If he's far, just he should come next time." I said, next waiting. I called him, and then in like an hour he was down at the place. So I told the guy, and the guy came back when he came to call another batch. I said, "Is your husband?" I said, "That's my husband." He said, okay, I've seen his file, he should just wait." And then he came back again. I said, "Oga, he's here, we are waiting. They've called some other people after this one. You've called him before, you should have just entered and just," he said, "It's coming, and then he started doing blah blah blah. That day we ended up not collecting passports, because by the time those other guys came out and I gave them the other slip, because I duplicated the slips like 3 or 4 times, I gave them to check. They told me they could not find the passports. They could not find the passports. Then we were confused. This one came to tell me he has seen the passport, but I cannot collect it because I'm the wife, not the owner. And you are telling me you cannot find the passport. What's the point of contention? So at the point we got frustrated when it was around 5, because it missed the whole day's work. So we got frustrated, and then we were like, let's just leave, we'll come back tomorrow. So we stood up to leave, and then we met the man at the gate, and he was like, "Have you collected your passport?" We said no. He said, come, where are you now going?" I've seen your passport. Okay, so I missed the part that while we were waiting for my husband's passport, after collecting my children's passport, I met someone, an acquaintance from a long time ago. So I met him, and he was like, "You should check for us." He went to check, but then he could not see the passport. So he was like, "Who told us he has seen the passport?" We said, so person. Yeah, okay. He said, "When you see the person, just ask him again, but I will keep following up for us." So when we're leaving, we saw the man, and then we followed the man, the same man that said he has seen the passport. Followed him back. He said he's coming, we'll go and check. Guys, he went back inside, and for like another 1 hour he didn't come out. He was just doing his own thing. So we stood up and left. We were both pissed. We stood up and left. At least we got the 2 passports for our kids in 1 month. So that encouraged us. The next day we went there early again, and then when we got there early, we saw the man, and he said, he has seen our passport. And then he started the whole round of disappearing and appearing. We gave the slip to another man that came, because it was different people. So we gave the slip to the man to check for us. Again, the man said he could not see the passport. But guys, this particular guy kept saying he has seen the passport. And long story short, I had to call down my friend I met earlier to explain to him. He went there to check, and then to talk to the guy. The guy said, blah blah, I don't know whatever he said. And then the guy came to me, and he said they cannot see the passport again. I was angry. That moment I knew something was up. So I told my husband. So I now went to my friend. I said, is it that he's not telling us something? You came to me to call us. Calling means you have seen the passport and you just want us to come and sign for the passport. That was what you did. But immediately you did not see my husband on seat. Things changed, and then you started misbehaving. I still don't get what this man is trying to do. So I told him, if something is up, let me know. So that my friend said, or we can try this option. We should try to give him something. Maybe he wants something, and that we should try to give him maybe a 2k. That is 2,000 naira. Maybe that will work. If not, then we'll know. So he left. Sorry guys. So I went back to my husband and I said, okay, take this 2K. When next you see the guy passing, follow him and try to speak with him. Tell him you've been missing work for a few days and that you cannot afford not to go home with your passport today. So, long story short, we saw him passing. My husband followed him, spoke with him, and tipped him the 2K. Guess what, my guy? In less than 30 minutes, the guy came. He did not even come to the normal space. He just signaled my husband from afar and told him to come. The PCO was sitting because the kid PCO was watching them. I like that man, that PCO. He doesn't take bere for them with this immigration center in Ibadan. He doesn't take bere. He was watching them so that anybody will not mess up. So this guy signaled from afar. I said, follow me, just go. And then my husband went there, and then the passport was out. Guys, the passport was out in less than 5 minutes. I was just telling my husband, I said, oh, this wahala, this guy. From my house to the immigration office, I will spend nothing less than, both of us will buy fuel, maybe like 5K. So you've been making us waste our time, miss work, miss other things just for 2K. We gave him the 2K and then he gave us the passport and then we left. So that was how my husband got his passport. He did renewal and that was how we did it. When it comes to the online part, it's easier. And one thing I like about that PCO was that immediately you get there, even if you are there for capturing or for collection, once you get there and the man notices you're pregnant, you are above, I think above 50 or 60, you are disabled, or you have a baby, you have a minor, you are going first. You are going first. You're sick, you're disabled, you are minor, you're pregnant, you have a baby, you are going first. I like that man because, in fact, I think they are doing better. I'm impressed, even not for all those small rats there. But so far, that is the only person that did something funny all through my experience. For my children, for my husband, and for myself, that was the only man that did something funny all through. So with these guys, I think I've encouraged you and I'm able to tell you guys that you can actually apply for your passport online, because I did not have any issues with my children's own. The only issue I had with my own was just misplaced form. They didn't see my form earlier. I didn't have to pay anybody. Oh, I had to pay to fast track. Yeah, I had to pay to fast track my own. But if I did not want to fast track, I would have just gotten it after like 3 months. There was no stress, no anything, especially for my children. So guys, see you guys in my next video. Bye.